Hey there, Captains fans. Logan Batoski here with you on our Lake County Captains pregame show, and joining us is a very special guest, recently named a top 30 Guardians prospect by MLB Pipeline. It's Lake County Captains catcher Cooper Ingle. Cooper, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, first things first, just talking about this season for you. You've been hitting the ball very well this year through the games of the 4th of July, leading the Midwest League in batting average and OPS. You're top 5 in on base percentage, doubles and slugging. You know, what's been working well for you so far this year?
Yeah, I just think keeping my same routine on a daily basis, doing the same thing in the cages, on the field, and making sure that the training room is on a consistent basis, and making sure my body feels good. But just trying to do the same thing every day.
Routine certainly paramount given that daily grind of baseball, over 100 games in a season. So we're currently on July 5th. That's the date we're talking here for today. And this past Sunday, MLB Pipeline said that you're now one of Cleveland's top 30 prospects. They have you at number 30 in the Guardians organization. You know, what does that mean to you, having been drafted just last year?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really cool. It's not something that I look into that awful much, just being able to go out there and play my best brand of baseball.
And it's certainly been a great brand for the fans in Eastlake to watch so far this year. Speaking of that and the way you've been playing and the personalities that you guys have on this team this year, you guys just clinched the first half Midwest League East division title back in June. And the chemistry has been so fun to see this year. What makes this group such a fun one to ultimately be a part of?
Yeah, everybody's focus isn't necessarily about their personal achievements or statistics or anything. It's just been about winning and putting together good at bats, and us catchers with the pitching staff of just being able to call a good game and execute pitches. It's been really fun to be a part of. It's all about winning and development rather than am I doing good.
And it's great to see both going hand in hand. Guys obviously developing, getting better day by day, but the winning's been there too, which has also been really great to see here in Lake County this year. You talk about that, getting into calling games more and honing in on that catcher spot. When you played collegiately at Clemson, you were kind of sprinkled all over the field, played some second base, some corner outfield too, but now you're in that full-time catcher spot. How did that experience in the other spots, help you grow into this full-time catcher role?
Yeah, I mean, I just think being able to, be an athletic player rather than bottle yourself up and the catcher role per se, definitely helps. You kind of get the word on the street like a catcher, is big and slow, and I kind of want to rewrite that narrative a little bit. I just started stealing a couple of bases recently, but being able to play all over the field kind of proves you're at least a good enough athlete to be serviceable in some athletic positions on the field.
Yeah, you've really shown the athleticism this year. I was going to say, yes, we've seen you past couple games start to get in on the base stealing party. Stolen base percentage as a team this year has been very good for Lake County. Going back to you individually, we'll take it back right before you joined us here in Eastlake. Last year's MLB draft, it's right around the corner this year now. You were picked in the 4th round by the Guardians. Take me through that moment. Like, what was that like for you that day, and ultimately getting the call from a big league organization saying you're going to be a part of the Cleveland system?
Yeah, that day, Cleveland was one of the teams that I was really, hoping that would select me that day, because, typically the guys that they draft were guys, like me that come out of college. They're very contact-oriented. We draft a lot of left-handed hitters, and, the catching development is great. So, being able to, agree and, get selected by Cleveland that day was awesome, and I knew I was going to be in a really good situation.
And certainly worked out well so far. You've been playing very well for Lake County, and, looking forward to what you end up doing the rest of the way for your baseball career here. Let's go off the diamond a little bit here. What do you like to do when you're not playing baseball?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm not, I'm probably hanging out with guys on the team, you know, looking for something to do always. I mean, my roommate here is Alex Mooney. Like we're either like grinding NHL on the video game, or you know, going out to eat somewhere, or you know, just finding something outdoorsy to do. So
I know on the outdoor front, I know Mooney's a big golfer. You in on the golf at all?
I'm actually a terrible golfer, but I mean, they invite me all the time. I'll go, you know, hang out and you know watch. But I think I'd hold him back if I got on the course too much.
Maybe not let it affect the baseball swing too much.
Yeah, for sure.
Gotcha. Last question for you, Cooper. You know, right after you were drafted, you were right away assigned here to Lake County, your first professional assignment. You know, what has it meant to you to be a Lake County captain?
Yeah, it's been awesome so far. I think obviously, like I said earlier, like the key with our staff here and players here so far has just been about player development and winning. You know, Cleveland does a great job of drafting guys, and the guys that I've played with here in Lake County. So it's a testament to, you know, Cleveland being so diligent in the work they do, you know, in the draft. But just getting, you know, a good group of guys together that I've had on this Lake County team has been awesome. So.
And we're really looking forward to what is going to happen the rest of the season. Got the first half title, and you got a spot in the playoffs later this year, and we're certainly hoping all the best. So, Cooper, it's just about all the time we have. Thanks so much for joining us, and best of luck to you rest of the season and rest of the way.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Absolutely. That was Captain's catcher Cooper Ingle here on the Lake County Captain's pregame show. And coming up shortly, first pitch for another edition of Captain's Baseball right here on the Valley Live app and MILB TV.